Hey, Will here from PPC Coach. Wanted to talk real quick about delayed pixel fires for your Facebook pixel. So this is right from the developer page on Facebook, and we're talking about, they say, suppose you want to track users who interact with your website a few seconds before firing a pixel event. So you can do this with the set timeout function, and it's right here. So within your code for your pixel, you always have like this FBQ track and then lead or view content or purchase or add to cart or initiate checkout, whatever it may be. You can actually delay this from firing. So in this case, they're setting it to 3 seconds, and that means that this part of the code is not going to fire until that person has been on your website for 3 seconds. So why bother with this? Well, it says right here, it could be used to track engaged visits to a page where people are not bouncing too fast and are actually reading the content. So if you aren't delaying the pixel fire, then it's going to fire as soon as the page loads, which means that everybody is going to get pixeled from that particular page. However, if you wait 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 20 seconds, then you're getting people that are actually, they're reading what you have on your website. They're more engaged. They're not bouncing off it quickly. One usage way you could use this with video is, say you have like an auto webinar funnel going, and you have your webinar page where it's actually showing the video of the webinar. On that page, you could have multiple delayed pixels firing. So you could have one that says, okay, they landed on the page to view the training. Say it's an hour-long video for an auto webinar. So you have one that fires right away and says, okay, this person viewed the page, so they landed on it. Then you have one that waits like a minute, so 60 seconds, and you can say, okay, this person actually started watching it. And then you can have another one that says, like, usually you can have scripts too that will have a call to action button, like schedule a phone call or buy our product, showing like 40 minutes into the webinar. So you can have another delay pixel fire set for 40 minutes in that says, okay, this person has viewed the call to action button. And then you have another one firing right before the end that says, like 60 minutes in, say it's a 60-minute video. You have another delayed one that at 60 minutes that says they viewed the whole webinar. So now you can basically create custom audiences based on people who landed on the page, people who viewed it for a minute, people who viewed it for like 40 minutes and actually saw the call to action button, and then people that viewed it for like 60 minutes, so like the entire webinar. You can create audiences to retarget with ads, and then you can create lookalikes based on those custom audiences too. So there's a whole bunch of ways that you can implement this, not just for auto webinars, but even for e-commerce. You could say, okay, well, if somebody lands on my page and they bounce right away, that's an okay prospect. It's not the best one. But imagine somebody landed on the page and they stayed on it for like a minute. Well, you know they're deciding whether they want to buy it or not. So if you set that pixel, another pixel fire for a minute in to them viewing the page, now you can create a custom audience of people who viewed the page, and you can set up ads that go direct to these people that say, hey, we know you're really interested in this because you sat on our page for like a minute. What's holding you back? Give us a call or send us a message and let us know if you have any questions. Something like that. You can be very creative with this stuff. But this delayed pixel fire, this is right from Facebook, and it's just JavaScript using the set timeout function. And we all know, like we've all been familiar with this part of the code, but we just wrap it around this, and we can change the seconds to whatever we want. So, like, for example, the examples I used, if we wanted to do 60, or say 40, well, 60 seconds, we could put that in there, and it goes in, it would go 60,000 for the JavaScript, but that's automatically calculated. So you'd put 60 in there. Now, if you had 20 or 40 minutes, so 40 minutes times 60 seconds to get it into seconds, that's 2,400 seconds that you'd want it to fire. And if you had 60 minutes, that's 3,600 seconds that you'd want this to wait before it fired. So a lot of implementation for this, a lot of uses for this. a lot of ability to build custom audiences and then lookalike audiences based on delayed pixel fires. So it's something that you should explore because you can build out some awesome custom audiences of people that you never really could before. So give it a shot. If you have any questions, let me know. Have a great day.